Hey readers, it's Mr. Marshall at Stony Lane. I have a great book for you today. And this is a book that has an author. Remember, that's the person who writes the book, whose books I read before. And she has beautiful books. And sometimes you can do that. You can kind of like visit a new book with the same author. It's kind of like visiting a friend, right? And having like a new kind of fun visit. Okay. And this author is named Jane Yolen. And this is her book called On Bird Hill. Okay. So let's start thinking. If we're calling this book On Bird Hill, we know that it probably has something to do with birds, right? And maybe it's going to happen on a hill, right? That's something that this book is telling us. The title is telling us that. And the picture on the cover is telling us that, right? So I'm kind of getting my mind ready to think about that, right? I'm going to start thinking about that now, right? I'm going to think about what happens on this hill and what happens with birds. Ready? Here we go. As I was walking on Bird Hill, though it was day, the moon shone still. Isn't that beautiful? And look at that. The moon is out even though it's daytime. That happens sometimes, right? And on Bird Hill, I saw a tree as light and bright as it could be. And on that tree, so shining bright, I saw a trunk, both dark and light. Isn't that beautiful? That can happen too. No bird yet, huh? No bird. But we're outside, and so there could be a bird coming. Ready? And on that trunk, I saw a limb. Straight and strong and long and slim. Do you see the way she's describing? Right? She's telling us what this place looks like, and we really see it. And on that limb, I saw a twig, not very little, yet not very big. You know what I'm noticing? I'm noticing how it started with this big hill, and then it talked about this tree, and then it talked about this trunk, and then it's talked about this limb, and then it talks about this twig. It's getting smaller and smaller, right? Let's keep going. And on that twig, I saw a nest. And in that nest, a bird at rest. There's our bird, right? You really have to look close. It's making me think sometimes you can't notice it. All you're looking at is the hill, right? You have to go closer and closer and closer until you see it, right? Beneath the bird. Oh, it looks like we're getting even closer. Beneath the bird, there was an egg. A little chick, all beak and wing and leg. Right there. Right there. The chick was tiny. Shell was thick. But crick, crick, crack. He was so quick. Take a look. Look what's happening. Do you see what's happening? Oops. Here we go. The shell is hatching. The bird was inside the egg. Did you see how we keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller? And closer and closer and closer? Wow. There's no words on this next page, but it tells a beautiful part of the story. Are you ready? Wow. Wow. Do you see how there's no words? And it's telling the story. We see what happened, right? He hatched himself and left the egg. He fluffed his wings and stretched his leg. He saw the eggshell, hen, and nest. Then looking around, he saw the rest. Now this baby bird is seeing everything that's so big, right? Remember? We went so small to see the baby bird, and now the baby bird is seeing everything big. Wow. He saw the twig, limb, trunk, and tree. He then saw the moon. And me as I walked down Bird Hill. And that is the end. Isn't that beautiful? Did you see how it started so big and got little, and then it got big again? Wow, what a beautiful book. Did you like that book? I love reading books by Jane Yolen. Maybe you have a favorite author whose books you like to read. And each time you read one of those books, it can feel a little bit different, but the same, because you might love them all. I hope you enjoyed this book, and maybe you'll enjoy reading a book by your favorite author. Okay? I'll see you next time.